Ever get that feeling? Like a magnetic pull, you know? Like this whisper saying you could unlock all the stock market secrets and like turn a small investment into a huge amount of money in just like 15 minutes a day.
Oh, absolutely. It's it's both fascinating and pretty chilling. How a story like that can just grab people and not let go.
Yeah.
I mean, it really plays on our desire for financial freedom and security, right?
Right.
Asmita didn't just present herself as a good trader. She was offering like a golden ticket to riches.
Yeah. And this story, it really seems to catch on in societies with like a lot of economic inequality, places where people don't have many traditional ways to build wealth.
It creates this vulnerability, this emotional vulnerability.
Mhm.
And as we'll see, scammers, well, they often exploit that.
Right. And this wasn't just some random person hiding on the internet.
Right.
Asmita, she exploded onto the scene. I mean, a massive online presence,
Huge.
over 500,000 YouTube subscribers, almost 300,000 on Instagram, big on Facebook too. And her courses weren't free either. They cost lakhs, but people were still signing up.
Interesting.
She painted this picture of ordinary people, housewives, engineers, even retirees becoming trading legends. You know what we call them now, right?
Influencers.
Influencers, yeah. Sharing market tips online.
It's that classic rags to riches story, but amplified by the accessibility of online trading, right?
Yeah.
And anyone can make themselves look successful online.
Right.
And people, well, they believe what they see, especially with those compelling testimonials and those endorsements.
And boy, she went all in on this image of success. Celebrity endorsements, awards, Times Leading Icon 2021. Nivishak Nari claiming to manage a 283 crore portfolio, saying she mentored over 1 lakh students.
I see. It was a carefully constructed illusion, then.
Very carefully constructed.
Projecting this aura of expertise, promising prosperity.
The she-wolf moniker, that's interesting, don't you think? It suggests this power, this dominance.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfectly in line with the aggressive nature of day trading, options trading. It's a strong brand image, meant to project confidence, success.
But as with any story that seems too perfect, too good to be true, this one took a turn. In February 2025, SEBI, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, caught up with her.
The fairy tale unraveled.
Unraveled, yeah. Revealing what looks like a well-planned scam, potentially leaving thousands financially ruined.
This SEBI intervention is a key moment, right?
Oh, yeah.
It means the authorities were alerted to potential wrongdoing. Probably a lot of complaints, red flags.
Exactly. And that's why we're diving into this today. We're going to dissect this whole saga, the rise of the she-wolf, her promises, and the crash. We want to understand how this alleged scheme worked, how she built her following, and what led to its collapse.
So we can extract some crucial lessons.
Right. Important insights for anyone navigating finance and the world of these online gurus.
This isn't just headlines. This is a cautionary tale.
It is. So let's go back to the beginning. The very beginning. How did she build this she-wolf persona?
Well, it was more than just a name. It was central to her brand. Along with calling herself the options queen, she positioned herself as this fearless figure in the stock market. And claiming 17 years of self-taught experience, that added credibility. It was like she'd cracked the market's code on her own.
Right. And launching her company, Asmita Patel Global School of Trading Private Limited, that gave her legitimacy, right?
The appearance of an established institution.
Yeah. And her slogan, "I'm here to make India trade." It wasn't just words. It tapped into the growing interest in the stock market.
Especially after the pandemic, right?
Right. The timing was perfect. So many new retail investors.
Many of them brand new to trading, maybe more susceptible to these promises of quick profits.
She was perfectly positioned to capitalize on that. Her online presence, millions of views on her YouTube videos, that created this huge perception of popularity.
And credibility.
Credibility, yeah.
People often assume that popularity equates to, well, legitimacy.
And those courses costing lakhs that implied some kind of premium knowledge.
It's a classic marketing tactic, right?
Right.
A high price can make something seem exclusive, more valuable.
You get what you pay for, they say.
Exactly. But in this case, it seems the value just wasn't there.
And then the celebrity endorsements, some like Kapil Dev. The awards, even if we don't know how legitimate those awards are, they all added to this, what do they call it?
Social proof.
Social proof, yeah. If he's associated with her, she must be legit.
Right, or if she's winning all these awards, she must be doing something right.
And then, of course, the testimonials. The JP Morgan VP who quit his job, the housewife who turned 10 lakhs into 3 crores.
Those are powerful stories.
Incredibly
Here,
powerful.
make people think, hey, I could do that too.
Right. But the real genius, or maybe the real deception, was the way she structured her offerings.
Oh, how so?
She started with this workshop, Let's Make India Trade, or LMIT, just 7,000 for 3 days.
Ah, the gateway drug.
Exactly. A low-stakes entry point, a way to sample her teachings and get exposed to her sales techniques.
I see. Build excitement, a sense of community.
And then in these workshops, she'd talk about instant wealth, share those success stories. A housewife turned 10 lakhs into 3 crores, she'd say.
Planting the seeds for those higher-priced courses.
Right. Create that fear of missing out.
FOMO. Powerful stuff.
Powerful stuff. And then came the main course, the Masters in Price Action Trading, or MPATE. 7 months long, 8.26 lakhs. More than some MBA programs.
Wow. How did she justify that price?
She called it an investment, promised 300% returns in a short time.
Make that fee seem small compared to the potential earnings.
Exactly. Plus, she offered to refund the LMIT fee if you enrolled in the MPATE. Another incentive. But this is where it gets really bad.
What happened?
She allegedly encouraged people to take out loans, even at 18% interest, to pay for this course. Liquidate assets, mortgage their homes.
Oh, no. Based on the promise of quick profits.
Yes. It's predatory, really. Preying on desperation, misplaced trust.
A legitimate financial advisor would never tell you to go into debt for a course.
Never. Then, once people were hooked, they were put into these exclusive Telegram channels, M16, M17.
The inner circle.
Yeah. But it wasn't real learning. It was just direct trading instructions. Buy this stock. Sell at this price.
No real education, just directives.
Unregistered investment advice disguised as teaching.
That's a problem.
A big problem. And their allegations, she was pushing students to open accounts with a specific broker where she was an authorized person.
So she might have been earning commissions on their trades.
Potentially. Encouraging risky behavior for her own profit.
That's a conflict of interest.
A huge one. So for a while, it seemed to work.
How so?
Screenshots of small wins, those testimonials, her claims of managing huge portfolios.
Ah, creating that illusion of success. Classic.
Classic. But then the tide turned. People started losing money despite following her instructions.
The cracks in the facade.
Yeah. There was the man from Hyderabad who took a 17 lakh loan, the housewife from Gujarat who lost her savings. And then, on X, formerly Twitter, people started hinting that this was a much bigger scam than anyone realized.
Oh, the whispers got louder.
Much louder. And by 2024, 42 formal complaints were filed.
Enough to trigger SEBI's investigation.
Exactly. And what they found was pretty shocking. From 2019 to 2024, her company made 104.62 crore in course fees.
A huge amount.
But their actual trading turnover was tiny. Their net profit.
Yeah.
Just 12.28 lakhs over 5 years.
So she wasn't making money from trading.
No, she was making it from selling the dream of trading success. SEBI found misrepresented success stories, deleted negative reviews, fabricated testimonials. They said her courses were unregistered investment advisory services.
A clear violation of regulations.
And there's the alleged funneling of 53.67 crore through shell companies.
Potentially evading taxes.
SEBI called it unlawful gains. Those complaints from people who lost everything, some even suicidal, that's what really forced SEBI to act. They investigated years of her activity and found a pattern of exaggerated promises and illegal advice. And on February 6th, 2025, SEBI banned Asmita, her husband, and 4 entities from the market.
Wow.
They froze 53.67 crore and demanded an explanation for the remaining 104.63 crore.
That's a big hammer.
It is. The order also stopped them from offering any more advisory services or taking money from people. SEBI's report, 129 pages long, it was incredibly detailed. They described how she allegedly directed students' trades, watched their accounts in real time.
Leading them to ruin.
Yeah. SEBI said, this is unequivocally not education. It is investment advice under the pretext of teaching. Her claims of mentoring lakhs and managing crores, totally unfounded. And of course, the reaction on social media was immediate.
What happened?
People on X were calling her the biggest fraudster in Indian fintwit. Some even hinted that there was even more money involved, cash payments that weren't recorded.
The public turned on her quickly.
Very quickly. Asmita tried to defend herself, saying she only offered educational courses, blamed some rogue employees. But SEBI didn't believe it. No evidence, deleted negative feedback.
The evidence pointed the other way.
It did. And just like that, her empire crumbled, Her LinkedIn disappeared, her YouTube went silent, her Telegram groups went dead. The she-wolf became a pariah.
What a fall from grace.
It is. There are even reports she's trying to settle with SEBI, probably to avoid bigger consequences. But the worst part of this whole story is the human cost.
The victims.
Yes, people lost their savings, have huge debts, some even talking about suicide. It's heartbreaking.
It really shows the devastating impact these scams can have. Financial ruin, emotional distress, a shattered sense of trust.
And it reflects a lot of what's going on in society today.
How so?
This get-rich-quick mentality, the desire for easy solutions, the volatile market after the pandemic, all of it created the perfect environment for this kind of scam.
A lot of new investors, maybe not fully understanding the risks.
Right. SEBI is cracking down on finfluencers now, banning live market data in educational content.
Good. They're recognizing the dangers.
This case is a huge warning sign. Don't believe promises that are too good to be true. Be skeptical. Do your research before investing your money. SEBI's own data shows that over 93% of futures and options traders lose money.
Most people lose.
So Asmita's system wasn't some magical exception, it was part of a bigger problem.
A pattern of losses.
So for everyone listening, here's the takeaway. Check credentials, be skeptical, educate yourself. Don't just hand over your money. In the financial world, knowledge is your best defense.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask questions, verify claims, especially those promising huge returns with no risk.
So where is Asmita now? Course is gone, assets frozen, her name a warning sign. SEBI's investigation continues, and people are demanding more oversight of these online financial influencers.
It's a wake-up call for the industry.
It is. But even though the she-wolf is down, the things that made her successful, the desire for wealth, the trust in charismatic figures, those haven't gone away.
New scams will emerge.
They will. We have to stay vigilant, think critically. The desire for easy money will always be there.
So investors need to be cautious, discerning.
As you navigate the world of finance and investing, remember the story of the she-wolf. True financial empowerment comes from learning.